Hello and good evening, everyone.
Happy Friday, folks.
Yes, this is Friday evening and we are preparing this video for you to show you a little bit of what we've sewed. Now today's video is going to be a little bit exciting, at least it is to me.
Why is that?
Because I'm pushing to get us more into marketplace what sewed instead of gangbuster what sewed. And what I mean by that, guys, is not just eBay, eBay Plus, Mercari, Poshmark. I like it when we do eBay sales, Madcap Toys Plus, eBay Plus as it was, Mercari sales, and Poshmark. Because today I think is the first ever time that we've had a entirely Poshmark video.
A whole Poshmark show.
A whole Poshmark show. Now, I'm hoping real soon at Madcap Markets we can do it as well over on District, because we are growing, and we had a gentleman make a couple more sales just the other day. So if you are new to watching us at Madcap Toys, be sure to sign up for Madcap Market at District, because you can join us and sell over there for yourself, or you can be over there and look for supplies or items that you would like to buy to sell at a discounted rate. So be sure to check that out. It's been a very interesting day for me, as many of you guys know. It's been a weird week overall in selling. I've had some strange events happen today, and it's been over the, like I said, this last week. And when I'm talking, guys, week for, I'm talking basically since Saturday night of this last week when I was over there visiting my mom, dealing with some of the kids' birthday parties. Basically, what has been going on is our main eBay store has been having fit start and stops. We'll tear it like nobody's business, get a $200 day here and there, and a little higher, a little less, and then we'll have days where we're lucky to get $15, $20. And it takes all day to get it. Yeah. Now, Madcap Toys Plus, Kathy, what kind of trends have you seen on that?
I was slow last week during when we were gone.
And she was slow almost the entire week, to be honest.
The last couple days, I've been really hitting the park. You don't know, but I'll be telling you later. We've got a couple brand new sales today on Madcap Toys Plus that are already out. So today kind of picked up some. Good. Glad to hear that. Bit better, but yeah.
And that's been the weird thing with Madcap Toys Plus, which is our secondary, smaller, but we're growing it to get even, and we're hoping to get them both up to anchor stores eventually. But Kathy takes and she pushes that one because that's sort of her baby. I take care of the main store. But her store had, I believe she said last time that we was talking and in conversation together, like 6 days with no sales. Now, thankfully for the main Madcap Toys site, we've been getting sales every day that I'm aware of off the top of my head memory. I could have been wrong one day, maybe two, but I don't believe so, because we always get them late at night our time, and I'm talking close to midnight, right before that midnight hour comes in. But Kathy, the secondary store, has just had gaps where you can tell they're working on the site, resetting the site, doing something with the server, God only knows, and it'll go whole swaths with nothing.
I had 6 0 days last month, and I already have 1 0 day this month, and we're already,
and we're only, what, 7 days in at this point?
This recording, yes.
Yeah, as of this recording. Yeah, because many of you guys know that we are recording this video a little bit earlier. Now, there's another thing. Mercari, as of the last 2 days, has outsold, and we did a video on that, my main eBay store, which is weird. Because Mercari is always sort of like our second and a lot of times third tier store that we use, because we consider pretty much eBay Plus, Madcap Toys Plus, as our second store after the main one, because the way the sales work, it just goes by numbers, right? But Mercari has been hitting it out of the park today, and of course she's going to show this to you, or we will later on, depends on how it goes. We had 2 sales today so far. No, correction. 3 sales today so far on Mercari. Yesterday was three sales on that. I'm talking straight out of the gate. I get up, there they are, or I take and I accept an offer. I've sent somebody an offer, they accept it, so it comes in throughout the day. And so overall, by the time you get it in there, you're looking at money-wise and all this. That's how they get the lead there. And we've also had it where Kathy's had Poshmark been doing relatively well the last few days.
Yeah.
So we're really happy about that. We want to see things going on and continue to pick up. We're trying our best to put on more and more and keep going. Hopefully we'll get it all together this week. This weekend, for those of you that will see this before, hopefully the Friday, well, you'll see it Friday for sure, but you'll see it also for Saturday and Sunday. We are going to have a yard sale with Travis. If the weather holds out, we're going to be having it. I got a mosquito that just landed on me. Excuse me. He must have snuck in here. But if the weather holds out and we don't get rained out again, we're going to have a yard sale up at the little convenience store. What's that street? I can't.
It's Smith Pike Road, but it's like where Molly Whole Foods used to be.
Yes, it used to be Molly's Whole Foods. It's on Smith Pike Road, right across from the veterinarians up there. So come and see us if you're living in the Spencer, Ellettsville, or Bloomington area, because we're going to be having a lot of stuff out there, and we're going to have it again with Travis Deckard. We're teaming up, trying to move stuff out, make a little extra money on the way, and honestly, try to get rid of some backlog, because we got so much stuff. We're taking stuff that we haven't even got to list yet.
Yep.
So we need room because we got a lot of plans. And I've got a yard sale tomorrow that I've been scheduled to come to, because I was invited by one of our fellow dealers that wants me to come and make some deals with them. Hopefully we'll get some good deals and we'll see what we can find.
Right.
So I'm planning on showing you guys off a few little things, which it may be a short. If I can get to it, it may be a short for Friday, or not Friday so much, but Saturday or maybe Sunday, or maybe even next week if we can. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to let Kathy come up and tell you what sold, but this is a Poshmark day. This is the first time ever that I'm aware that we've done a Poshmark only. I can't talk today. My goodness, must be all that chicken I ate with that hot sauce, right? All right, let's let you come on over.
All right, we'll sweeten up the deal. Hey, folks, Kathy here, Madcap Toys. You're back in the toy barn. Happy Friday, folks. Yeah, Poshmark only today. We've got 12 sales to talk about and just share with you on all what's been happening. Again, like we said, Madcap Toys Plus really picked up the heat today. Shoved in a few more sales today. It was really good. Accepted an offer, but as a whole, it was doing the roller coaster. But I'm hoping that it will pick up from there, and we just have better things happening with that.
Well, and jumping in there with you, we are at what, 6:30? A little past 6:30.
A little past 6:30.
Okay, so
Eastern
we still
time.
got about 6 hours roughly, just throwing it out there. So the day's not done, but it's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And to get back with you guys from Wednesday's video that you guys just saw, as far as the AI is concerned, I haven't checked my analytics yet, but I have noticed that they just now put it, if you checked out your May seller news email, of course they had to dump that in there, so it makes it look like I looked at it to do a video. That wasn't the case. I didn't even know that wasn't even a thing. But anywho,
What are they doing?
In the May seller news,
Yeah.
they sent an email today, and they included the new AI tool that they put in April. That was after the fact. That was after what I did. That was just fine. But yeah, so I wanted to see how it can do. Again, they don't give out fresh analytics yet immediately, but I noticed that you can schedule to post videos that AI creates for your listings on TikTok and YouTube. And I also checked. I don't think they do LinkedIn for the regular stand photos. But then also, of course, as you guys seen, that they do it on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So I'm scheduling some out and having them auto post. They say they auto post stuff at random. So we'll see how it goes, and then I'll try to catch you guys up in future videos on analytics and how it goes. So it's all based on the AI and, you know, the pictures that they take from our store and all that, just to see if it does increase views and sales, right? All right, so we're going to get to a Poshmark 12 items up for grabs, and a lot of plethora. I have been abusive, very abusive to Poshmark. Poshmark I have not listed on for quite a while. I do tend to fluff it up sometimes and follow and share and all those lovely things that they have us do. But it's been a while even with that. I've been super busy, just keeping up in between what I do and this, and now a yard sales as an add-on. So it's been keeping up. So I can't stretch myself out too thin, but I hope to at least whenever I get some more clothing on that I can add to that and so forth.
Well, I think that's the one weakness, and I think there may be people that agree. Some people disagree. That's fine. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
But I feel like Poshmark should let you just list it and advertise your product like we do with everybody else. Share it or whatever you want to do, right?
Right.
But I don't think this follow thing, I think that's just sort of like a cult mentality thing.
It is what it is, but it does help views and stuff like that. And I get to, sometimes I'll try to do it on a Sunday in my pajamas, a Sunday morning, and try to grab the iPad and then start doing a bunch of follows and shares to catch up. But yeah, I got some catching up to do on it, but we'll get there. Very first up from a palette buy. Isn't that lovely pastel? It is the men's short sleeve crew neck t-shirt from Goodfellow and Company. Brand new with tag, pink striped, very nice. Size medium. And this t-shirt sold for $15 plus
shipping to boot.
Shipping to boot. And it's been wonderful. So yeah, I really appreciate Poshmark, by the way, helping me move clothing. Because when we got clothing in a clothing palette, I didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, yeah, you'll say, well, what do you sell them on eBay? Yeah. And we also sell them on Mercari as well. But, Poshmark's the clothing place.
Right.
And so I didn't know what I was expecting. When I opened Poshmark, and I mentioned this, I think, several videos ago, a while back, it was back in, I think it was like 2018. We were selling, but not selling like we're selling. We had just ended our brick and mortar in Bedford at that time. I was living in another house in Spencer, and I had some clothing. I had some people give me clothing that were used, and I was like, let's try Poshmark, see if I can make a couple bucks. So I did and made some money, not a lot of money, but some money. And then it turned into, okay, we just left that on there. And then all of a sudden when Daren said, hey, clothing palettes, let's go. That's when I thought, great idea. I'm going to put those clothing palette items on there too.
Well, the dollar to item ratio was just so good at the time. That, you'd be an idiot to pass up something like that, Yeah,
I just recently had like 1 or 2 sales on it that I just packed and shipped for today. So yeah, it's definitely worth its salt, at least to me. Some people say no, that you watch regularly, but for me, it's worth its weight.
And that's where everybody needs to realize that just because we say something, don't mean it work for them, or just because somebody else says something, don't mean it won't.
True.
It's to each his own. What you're good at, what you're comfortable with, what you have a little bit of knowledge with, that's the key. Knowledge is power. Knowledge equals money.
All right, next up, another palette buy. A New Day light beige 4-inch high-heeled open-toe strappy sandals, size 8. And this pair sold for $19 plus ship. Brand new with tag, brand new in a shoebox, brand new. Can't beat it. Would love to wear them, but I probably couldn't walk in them good and straight with these fat ankles for sure. So went out to it and good. And I think I may have 1 or 2 pair left, and then I've got just a bunch of sandals. That's about all I've got there, and some sneakers. Yeah. A lot of times palettes will give you just one size and a sneaker in the same color, so it's hard to move through those, especially if it's an odd size. Especially if it's an odd size most people don't wear.
Like size 15 woman's shoes.
Yeah. All right, and from Levi, Denizen, right? We used to wear back in the day Jordache and Chick and Lee. But Denizen is a Levi brand. Denizen from Levi's women's mid-rise crop boyfriend jeans. Space Day size 4. And this was a really good deal for them. It sold for $14 plus ship.
Awesome.
And that's great for us because in our clothing palettes, we pay maybe $1 to $2 tops per item. So it really reflected, and we did about 700% markup there. Very good. All right, and next up, we sold another pair of jeans there. These, of course, came from Knox Rose, Target brand. Knox Rose Women's Plus Size High-Rise Anywhere Flare. Blue denim size 20. This one was unexpected and really good. This pair of jeans sold for $29 plus ship. Yeah. Very good. Very, very nice. And then, I say this religiously, I know, but this is the gospel according to Kathy. And I've seen it time and time again, people posting and asking these questions. I don't care if you have seasonal. List it. Because right after Easter, it was a week later, someone out there bought an Easter egg.
Yes,
they did.
Yeah.
Remember I showed you that maybe about 6-7 videos ago? I did. I found it and I showed it off. You guys remember that. Again, sold an Easter egg. So whatever you got, I don't care. If you got Easter stuff, you got to list it now. You got Halloween, definitely list it now.
Bringing that up, I just went and did a yard sale with Travis a couple weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm, he did.
And we put some Halloween stuff out, and
it
sold out. So, guys, there is no limitation to seasonal stuff.
That is true.
Now, there might be limits on how long candy's good.
Yeah, we didn't have candy in it.
Some kind of, I don't know, makeup or what have you. But most Halloween stuff like Halloween lights or Christmas lights, etc., paper, there's no limit.
There's no limit. Golden egg, guys, from Spritz. Textured, refillable golden Easter egg. And yes, there was no candy or anything, and it was empty. Brand new, and it sold for $9 plus ship. Again, seasonal, awesome. Seasonal. Go for it. We have listed Halloween Mondo Llama from Target palettes all year long. Christmas stuff, crafts all year long. Do it. Don't hold back. You just never know. All right, next up. From Ava and Viv. These are nice shorts, especially to wear in the spring and, of course, the summer. Ava and Viv women's plus size mid-rise jean shorts, medium wash, size 16W. And this pair sold for $15 plus ship. Have you noticed we're getting in between $10 to $20 and more on these things? Really, really good. And I love these. I still have a few of these left. I also have the Minnie Mouse left, but also Burt's Bees baby gear is so nice and lovely. All of my girls are grown because River will be turning 4 this fall, and she's already going to pre-K, so she's out of this one. But yeah, these lovely pajamas are in plastic on a hanger, meaning Target never took it out. Like it just was stuck in a box. They did not put it on a shelf. They left it there, and then they sold it to people like us. So these are really, really nice, and I always list them affordable for everyone. This is from Burt's Bees Baby Toddler Girls 2-piece organic cotton pajama set, size 3T. And these pajamas sold for $15 plus ship. Average price you're going to pay for a pajama set would run anywhere, especially if it's licensed. You're looking at $14.99 and up, and sometimes more in the department stores. Right. So this was very nice. I love the little ladybug spring feel, and it's so pretty. So yeah, this outfit has never, ever been worn or touched because of the plastic still being around it. And next up, you can sell socks on Poshmark. I sell socks all the time, not used socks.
You sell, or we sell, depends on how you want to say it. We sell more undergarment stuff than I ever thought possible. I mean, there's times we will have all these nice clothes just sitting around waiting on somebody want, but you'll sell socks, underwear, bras. You know, I mean, you name it, it'll go. And t-shirts. That's a big one for the men.
T-shirts, yeah. Kenneth Jones, special Target palette type of brand. Women's crew socks, soft fuzzy. My mom used to wear those fuzzy slipper socks all year long, even in the summer. I couldn't understand that woman, but she did. But these were fuzzy slipper style pair of blue socks, and brand new, as you can see, with tag, and they sold for $9 plus ship. Very, very good. Excellent, excellent. And then also more palette. We sold a doll. We have been selling these Piccolina dolls for a long, long time, not only on eBay, but also on Poshmark. So we had sold another one. We have several left still, but people are buying them. They're giving feedback, 5 stars. They're loving them. Sealed in plastic, never been touched by a human hand except on the outside of the plastic. Piccolina Trailblazer, free to Callow plush doll, new with tag, sealed. Sold for $16 plus ship. $16.
Awesome.
And I noticed that with the Piccolina series, they do have other kinds of dolls. We just were lucky to have the one kind of doll all come in at one time. So, never know. Future buy, it might happen. All right, and then I'm going to shout out 2 sales that sold today.
Awesome.
That Daren, I believe, did write down,
yes,
including the leggings during lunchtime, I hope. If not, we'll catch up with him. This one I thought was cool. This was found in the upstairs closet, brand new with tag. It is from Universal Thread, a straw Panama hat. So I'm hoping this person that has a straw...
I don't know if I got that. I don't know. I got
Panama hat. It was last night, I think.
Yeah.
Straw Panama hat, size small, medium. This hat has to be going somewhere cool because it looks like a tropical hat that you would go to a tropical island somewhere or a beach in Florida, however works. But I loved it. I took it off the shelf and was like, oh, you're going to go somewhere. That's too cool. Too cool. And this lovely hat is shipping priority mail tomorrow, and it sold for $15 plus ship.
Awesome.
So made good money on that. It was just shoved in one of those clothing Gaylord pallets in Target, just sitting there looking at me.
It's actually a nice looking hat.
Really nice looking hat. Well, they can see it.
Okay.
When we throw the pictures in, for sure.
Well, I didn't think about that, but I mean, it is a nice looking hat.
It's a nice
person,
hat.
Yeah.
It's a nice hat. All right, and lastly, now Daren says he may not have wrote it down and texted it to him while I was upstairs. So
if you texted it to me, I probably got it.
Okay. So this from Cat and Jack. Look at these lovely pastel leggings. Aren't they nice? They have the little daisies all over them. And I think I have 5 pairs of these left. This is also sealed in plastic. Never been touched. Never been tried on. Never been worn. Gotta have those. Cat and Jack girls lilac floral legging size large for so those that are 10-12s. Sold for $9 plus
shipping to boot.
Shipping to boot. So 12 items on Poshmark. Right. So rolling along, like I said, Daren has been continuing to refresh Mercari. We only have about a little over 2,000 left.
We've got about 2,200 and change.
But I must say, it has been gleaning, and we have been churning more sales out of it. And we'll be discussing next video some Mercari sales to catch up. Along with Madcap Toys Plus has some pending, including, I had just sold today that Daren doesn't know about, a Peppa Pig canoe trip pack. So River Shelf has just been washing it right out. So doing really, really well. I was thankful for that. It was a good retail arbitrage buy we did, and I made a few bucks and didn't make a lot of money on it, but it got out, got the money back, and then some, and that's what it's all about. So Daren, we're gonna get excited because Thursday morning you're gonna go.
Well, tomorrow I'm going down to see.
You got a yard sale going on.
One lady that contacted me and told me she's going to have a few things there.
Okay. So he's Thursday, which Thursday's already past you, but we're going to go check something out. We may do something slight film. We might not. We may film when we get back on it.
If we film, I'd say I like
if we find something.
If we get stuff at home, if we like it.
But
we may have 1 or 2. Depends on how it goes. Definitely Friday. I've got to try to meet up with Travis in the morning.
And we're back. So so yard sales. Like Daren had said, on Friday, we are actually going to put in with Travis, we hope, at the convenience store, it used to be Molly's Whole Foods on Smith Pike Road, and now it's a convenience store. So have some tables out there and so forth. So I need to work on tomorrow night. I told Daren, I said, we got to record for Friday today because tomorrow night, I got to go through all the yard sale stuff and find out what's not priced and repriced.
I want to go through everything and maybe come out and take a few things out of here and switch things up a little bit and what we haven't done.
And yummy.
And maybe use some of that other stuff as reinforcements if we need it. But I want to check everything out, check our pricing, what needs to go down, goes down, what needs to go up, goes up, that kind of thing. But also try to freshen it up a little bit because we haven't had a chance to really freshen it.
Right. We want to make sure that we're getting it fresh, full, good. We may even get some folks that didn't get to go to the last one because we had it at a different spot. And see what happens, right? So they know, okay, this isn't just the same old schmamo. This is some different stuff that has come in and I'm ready for it. Right. And I do want to make sure that if we are going to have it on Friday morning, that one of us gets that advertised tomorrow sometime on a Thursday.
It'll probably be at I would say probably what I usually do on my advertising ads is do like a midday and then do a mid to late evening ad.
Right.
So that way you catch the early birds that's
right.
up or what
But putting them on Facebook groups, because people watch the Facebook groups like a hawk, and a lot of them don't live in the area. So when they know that they need to come down on a Friday morning and drive.
Well, we had people coming from Washington and all that this last
I had some people say, Kathy, they contacted me and said, Kathy, you're going to have it here at this. I said, yes. What time? What days? They traveled to come see us, and of course Travis's stuff too, and whomever else will be in it. They come. So that's why we want to make sure that we've got the thing, because you and I always try to look. We try to look on Thursday nights to see if there's any yard sales that we can go see, right, to buy. And so I want to make sure that people have plenty of time. We luckily
stumble onto them on Thursday usually if we find them. But then we always really look Friday and Saturday.
Right. So we want to make sure it gets all mapped out, stamped out, and ready to go for these guys. And again, we're going to try to do our best, our very best, to refresh and add to what we already have brought back with us. So Daren, I don't really got much more to say. I got to take some pictures, because the last couple of days I've not been able to list because of it. And so I got to get moving on that. Yep. I've already got everything packed and stacked for tomorrow. And then when Daren tonight works on the refresh Mercari, I'll tell him about a couple of sales that we just talked about and go from there. But you know what? You guys have been so fantastic. And if you are in the local area, come visit us, say hello. And we're just going to keep it at that. And don't forget this weekend to watch our shorts. We got shorts coming on, YouTube shorts, not shorts. YouTube shorts coming on Saturday and Sunday already scheduled. But until next time.
Bye-bye, everyone.